Welcome to the Dental Marketing Guy Show. I'm Justin, the Dental Marketing Guy, and today it is a distinct privilege to interview a very important guest. You're going to want to hear what Sharik has to say. He is from a company he's got a product called the Rezzimax Tuner. Now, this is really a cool episode because Sharik has agreed to give away a free Rezzimax, a tuner. You're going to learn all about why this matters to you and your practice, why this is important for your patients. And let me just tell you, I met Sharik over at the CDA, the California Dental Association, and he and his brother, an orthodontist, Sheldon Peck, they were actually showing everyone what this product can do, and really interesting. You know, in a market where, you know, a CEREC and cone beam and all these things are all really big decisions, this might be the kind of product with a much lower price point that you can kind of get into and actually offer a really good patient experience. If you follow the Dental Marketing Guy Show, you know we're all about patient experience. We're all about word of mouth marketing. We're all about creating a remarkable experience. And, you know, technology is where things are going. So if you find that you're looking for technological improvements, man, this might be worth checking out. So at the end, we're going to give that special offer away to one of the viewers, one of the dentists. And, man, let me just tell you a little history here, the little bit that I know about Rezzimax, and then Sharik will be able to take this on and explain it a lot better than I can. So Sharik Peck is a physical therapist, and his brother, who is an orthodontist, Sheldon Peck, they're on a mission to develop a system of non-narcotic pain relief for those suffering from TMD, neck pain, and migraine headaches. With over 35 years of combined experience and a passion to help patients take home a solution for chronic pain, and they developed a system that works for immediate and lasting pain relief. You know, first of all, Sharik, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Happy to be here.
Excellent. It's great to have you, and I can't wait to learn more about the features of your product and how it applies to dental offices and really makes a great patient experience. But could you please start by telling us a story about, you know, kind of the history of Rezzimax and the story behind all that?
Well, for many years, I've been trying to figure out how to help my wife with chronic neck pain. And later we realized that she had some serious problems with her temporal mandibular joints. And she couldn't open her mouth very big. She didn't have a lot of pain, but she always had tension in there. And one day we realized, as I was trying to help her with her neck pain, that temporal mandibular joint issue was a significant part of it. I spent a long time trying to figure out how we could help her with both the neck pain and getting the jaws to loosen up. And that led me to experimenting with different forms of therapies. I used electrical stimulation. I used just everything in my tool bag, I guess, to help her. And one night I woke up in the middle of the night and said, vibration will do it. I better figure out how. And I've spent the last 6 years trying to understand how to be able to use essentially resonance to be able to get the nerves to calm down, to get the muscles to calm down and take the pressure points out of there.
Excellent. You know, I think that's really interesting. You know, they say necessity is the mother of invention, you know, and I love talking about, you know, new emerging technology. I had Fred Joyle, founder of 1-800-Dentist, on the show just the other day. And man, we were talking about how technology and patient experience go hand in hand. So I just really love the fact that, you know, you've got a product that has proven effective for you and for your wife. tell me a little bit about how this applies to dentists, and let's kind of get into, some of the dentists might wonder, like, can I carry a Rezzimax tuner for my patients, and how do they get involved in that?
Well, once we figured out essentially how to down-regulate or turn off the pain response in the nervous system, and we do that through the trigeminal nerve, same one we inject to deaden it. There's several branches there that we can utilize to be able to calm down the nervous system. Once we figured that out, it was a simple recipe. We developed a device, we patented it, and we just introduced this device into the market back in February. It's really easy for a dentist to be able to carry this, for them to be able to perform it on their patients. I've got videos on my website showing all the common techniques for headaches, for TMJ, for neck pain. And essentially what we've figured out how to do is just calm the nervous system down, and the pain just melts away when we do that. And yes, it's very easy for them to carry that and to resell it. We have a great plan in place to sell it to our dental friends and have them resell it to their patients. I'd love it for them to send it home with a patient that has a wonderful experience right there in the dental chair.
That's great. That's great. And so this is, the dental office, a lot of times dentists don't want to be thought of as a retail office. But this is really where, when you trust someone, when you know, like, and trust someone, you tend to be more open to the opportunities to buy from them. And I think, maybe dentists don't always take advantage of that. It's very, very important, whether it's in a Sonicare toothbrush or a product like the Rezzimax tuner. People are willing, if they're willing to spend $10,000 on dental work over the course of their life, you can bet they're willing to spend a couple $100 on something to remove pain. And there's, as much as people like to talk about how expensive dentistry is, the bottom line is people rarely have buyer's remorse. People don't say, oh gosh, I really wish I had an extra $1,000 in my bank account so that my jaw could be throbbing and I wouldn't have had to do that root canal. I wish I was still in pain. So, it's kind of the same thing though, right? I mean, maybe you could tell us some stories of like people who have used this in the dental field. Your brother's an orthodontist. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that, some experiences that they've had.
You bet. My brother in his practice, he doesn't prescribe any narcotics anymore for pain relief, for headaches. And he's greatly reduced his need to develop splint therapies. Because once you teach those muscles to down-regulate on their own, it takes away a lot of the chronic tension that builds up in there, and so headaches go away. One person in particular that I think of had been off of work for 6 months due to chronic migraines. This gentleman, was the leader in his company. He was a plant manager, but he had to be off of work for 6 months straight because he could not function with these serious migraine headaches. He used a precursor of our current version and started to teach his migraines to stop going into that pattern. And it becomes a pattern of the nervous system. Once you break that pattern, this gentleman was back to work in 3 weeks, and it took him about 2 months to be able to completely break the migraine patterns and stop having those headaches. And we see this all the time. I have people that, 2 or 3 or 4 migraine headaches a month after they've used this tool to tune their nervous system. And it only takes daily 3 to 5 minutes a day. Over the course of about a month, they can train their nervous system to stop going into those stress patterns. That just changes their life. We've seen it many times.
So there's actually a long-term benefit. It's not just, oh, I need pain relief right now. As you use the product, it actually starts to build some momentum within your nervous system to relieve pain.
Exactly. You might think of it as biofeedback on steroids. We essentially teach the nervous system through a very simple technique. I ask people with the device, and this is the device. We put it against pressure points that are bilateral so that we're getting both sides of the brain at the same time. We ask them to hum to the vibration with their tongue in between their teeth. This sets up a nervous system response that engages the vagus nerve via the recurrent laryngeal branch, and an inhibition response in the brain that says, don't bite down on your tongue. That inhibitory response for the jaw muscles and that tuning effect, because of the vagus nerve being involved, teaches the brain how to stop going into its tension patterns. And it's very quick. It just, it learns, it gets better as it goes.
Oh, that's incredible. That's really interesting. You know, and I know personally, I tried it. Hold on. We get some echo. I'm gonna have to edit that out.
You okay?
I've got some feedback going on here. Okay. Restarting. Okay. And you know, that's really incredible. You know, I was at the CDA, I tried using this, and you know how dental conventions are, man. You're just up on your feet, you're moving all day, and it was really interesting, you know, and I don't have any big symptoms, so I wasn't able to experience that huge transformation that a lot of people who do have migraines, a lot of people who do have these types of dental conditions. But I can tell you, you know, it felt good. You know, it was a little bit of tension, relaxation. And, you know, so for those that really do suffer, though, that's your target market, right?
Yes, our target market, if you were to look at our exact group that we're looking at, it's probably 18 to 55-year-old female. They're the ones that deal with a lot more TMJ, TMD problems. Males have problems, but they don't have the pain associated with it that are treated in the dental profession. But they suffer much more, to a much higher degree, with migraine headaches and a lot of those chronic conditions that this is perfect for. Their brain also works a lot faster than the male brain, and so it helps their nervous system to tune itself, to learn how to calm itself down and sleep better. In fact, sleeping better is probably one of the first things that they notice after using this tuner.
Well, I'm sure all the female dentists watching this show are huge fans of you right about now, saying their brains work faster. So they actually they respond quicker to these to the stimulation. Is that what you mean?
Yes, they do, and actually, it's a truth that the female brain has 9.5 times more white matter, which is the connectivity inside the brain. And so, yes, they're very much they're sped up much faster than the male nervous system in responding to thoughts and suggestions inside of their brain.
Excellent. Excellent. And so now, obviously, your brother, you got that good connection with him. He's an orthodontist. Any other dentists that you can think of, stories that they've told you as far as patients who have just had a total turnaround?
Yeah, I've got a number of them. One of the dentists that just loves this tool says that the most remarkable thing for him is to see a person after a long procedure have their pain level at an 8 or a 9 out of 10, and within 3 minutes, that pain level, by the time they're ready to leave the office, is down to a 1 or a 2. That, he says, has transformed how they work on people, and it changes their whole experience in the dental office to be able to walk out of there and not have such a significant amount of pain. We have a number of dentists that tell me that their staff, because they've got a whole team of people that all have TMJ issues or chronic headaches or sinus congestion, that their staff will use this tool on an almost daily basis as much as they use it on their patients, just to keep them in top-notch form. It's been a lot of fun. This is a new product out. We've only got probably 450 of these out into the marketplace so far since the 1st of February, but it is gaining popularity very quickly. I believe it's going to be one of the greatest new inventions out there to take away pain without medication.
That's great. That's great. And, so many people avoid the dentist because what do people associate with the dentist?
That's going to hurt. It's going to hurt.
Yep. Yep. Pain is where it's at. There was actually a client of mine was telling me a story of one of the organizations. I don't know if it's the ADA or the government or who, but someone said you can't use the word painless in dentistry as a marketing term. You can't coin that term because there's no such thing as painless dentistry. So this dentist actually changed his last name to Painless. They called it Painless Dentistry, and they were like, "Well, okay, I guess you can do it now." But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much illegal to call dentistry painless. But when you think of pain relief, you don't think of dentist. But so this is really an interesting scenario where you can actually associate pain relief from going to the dentist, and dentists do this every day. This is the thing: is dentists get a really bad rap. If you're doing root canals, if you're putting people out of pain, you're prescribing narcotics and whatnot, you're getting people out of pain. You're aligning their teeth. You're getting everything done just right. And yet the reputation is the opposite. The reputation is, ouch. That's what I think of when I think of the dentist. So this is such a great opportunity to allow, the dentists who are watching the show, look, you're able to actually become associated with at least trying to eliminate pain, right? So even if the product didn't work, it shows that you care. Like if you just buy a few of them, put them in your office, it shows that you actually care enough to do that sort of thing, right?
We love seeing this device used with children, and it's probably easier to help children with their pain than it is adults. But a lot of the fear and the tension is developed even before you stick a needle in. And if you can use a device such as this low resonance or vibration device and put it near an area where you're going to work on, it just interrupts the signals to the brain saying that something painful is happening. And it helps the child, helps the adult be able to engage their brain, focus it on something else rather than the pain that is created. And you'll see a person start breathing better. You'll see them relax their fingers that have the death grip on the handles. You change their experience dramatically by just interrupting that pain signal.
Wow, so you would recommend using it before giving a shot?
Oh, we have dentists that will use it while giving a shot, because it distracts the brain to the point where you don't feel it.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, where can the dentist find you? Where can they find you?
At our website is www.rezzimax.com. They can email me. It's Sharik@rezzimax.com, or find us on our Facebook page where we post videos occasionally of how we treat people. But they can go there and see the videos right now at our Rezzimax.com website of how to turn off a migraine headache in minutes. They follow the steps. It almost always will turn off.
Excellent, excellent. I do SEO for dentists and online marketing and web design and all that for dentists. And let me tell you, man, when you've got a differentiating factor, there's no better differentiating factor perhaps in all of dental marketing than showing that you care and showing that you have empathy and that you actually want to put people out of pain. So by carrying a product like this might be a way for someone to show, hey, you're a dentist and you have this product sitting on your shelf and you told me about it and you educated me about it and you used it when I did the shot. Maybe they don't buy it. Maybe they don't have migraines. Maybe they don't have these conditions. But think of the message that you're sending. The marketing message is that you care enough to do this sort of thing. So it's not a CEREC. It's not a cone beam. It's not a huge decision. You don't have to run it by all the board members of the group. you can just pick these up and see if it works. Just give it a try. So excellent. They can find you at Rezzimax.com. Hey, we've got to come to a close on our time. I know we're both busy and our viewers are too, but let me tell you, Sharik, thank you very much for coming on and educating us on this.
You are welcome, and thank you for your good work.
Thank you. All right, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, comments below. You can reach out. You got Sharik's contact information. You got the website. You can watch those videos. You can hear about what it's doing. And just feel free to reach out anytime. If you've got a guest that you want to see on the show, I'd love to see if it's a good fit to have them answer some questions for you. Once again, thank you, Sharik. And thank you to all of you watching the Dental Marketing Guy Show.